Hey, buddy. Well, I wanted to read this to you, and I thought about just sending it out in letters, but I thought maybe it might be more personal if I read it to you. To my beloved firstborn, you are 16, and I wanted you to know that God exceeded far above any prayer I offered up to Him on your behalf. I never imagined that He'd give me a son so thoughtful, tender, understanding, kind, genuine, helpful, honest, authentic, sensitive. A son who would somehow still adore me in spite of how often I've failed. A son who would still console me in spite of a destroyed marriage and a broken home. A son who would cry with me when times are tough. A son who would still praise me even though I am so far from the perfect daddy. Jesus said, "Love one another as I have loved you." You have been a beacon of light to me, Austin. You have been Jesus to me in such a profound way that it's hard to put it into words. We live in a world that is hardened and that delights in machismo, but you have demonstrated true manhood. You have demonstrated a sensitivity that men are afraid to display. You have stood up for me publicly when many would not. And while you never justified my shortcomings, you always made me feel wonderful and special and meaningful. I can't even tell you how amazing you make me feel. And when I watch you interact with people, I learn so much from you. I'm supposed to be the one to set an example of courtesy, servanthood, meekness, and empathy. But here I am learning from you and being stirred to be a more genuine and thoughtful person. Thank you for not just claiming Jesus as I have done so many times. Thank you for living Jesus and making Him real in my life. To say I love you is almost an understatement. For the world doesn't know what true love is. But I know this. I know you love me with a love that is hard to find. A love that is heavenly, that forgives, that is filled with compassion and longing for the health and life of another person, that would give up everything for that person. You have shown strength more than any of your peers. You have shown a true masculinity, not what we see on TV that boasts and vaunts and takes vengeance and exalts itself. You have shown me the masculinity of the greatest man whose words are so ignored in this present age. Learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart. Fearful cowards, insecure with their masculinity, avoid those words of Jesus. But you demonstrate those words of Jesus, Austin. It takes a true man to cry over the care of someone else's hurting heart. I marvel at the man God has made you to be. You are truly a lover of souls, and I am honored to have you as my son, my firstborn. I love you, Austin Ward Finley. God's richest blessings on your life.